Trying to come up with a way to intro a video when you haven't put a video on YouTube in a couple of days. It's kind of hard. So maybe I just play it. No, I know how to do it. Here, let's just play this clip.
Guys, all right over here?
Oh yeah, all good, brother.
That looks good.
Like new. Welcome to the Clapdown Show. Whoa. I know I haven't put a video up in a long time, but I'm really sorry, but I'm going to start putting them more regularly. All right, so I feel like that was a good way to break the proverbial ice with a new video that I was, I've been planning to put one up, but just life has gotten in the way, or other excuses that would make sense. But that is, what you saw was the result of a trade. I traded the Caprice, if you remember the Caprice from Drag Week. And no, that video was not sped up in any way. But I traded the Caprice for a 2021? I think it's a 21? Maverick X3 Turbo LMNOP QRS 76, the number 7, the letter Q, R Turbo something. I didn't really ask any questions. It's a buddy that I've known on the social medias for a while, and he's like, hey, I'll take the Caprice, and I got this thing. You're probably gonna fold this thing up in no time. You want to trade? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So that's what I ended up with, and it's been a ton of fun. So this thing is a regular Haas. It's got Alba wheels, 35-inch tires. I learned all of this after I started breaking stuff on it. But Alba wheels, the lifty arm guys with the the stuff, so I can hit stuff, and that's fine. I've already bounced this off everything. The kicker of trees, I've knocked that thing, destroyed that. That's been fun. Then obviously more of the 35s back here, and then these arms. Oh, I've done a number on these. That's fun. I don't know if it's supposed to do that, so in the comments tell me if it is, but it does that. And it's got arms there. It's got those arm thingies. It's got a cooler for your big sodas, 6-pack of soda in there. And then your Walker Texas Ranger link jobbers. I don't know what these are for, but they're there. Someone want to tell me? It's got doors, so that's cool. The doors open like a Lincoln Continental. I guess that's how they open. I didn't know that. It's got all these Kimimoto, which is how I pronounce that. It's a pretty cool bag. I keep a bunch of, what do I have? I don't even know what's in here. Oh, that's right. Dude wipes and a road flare. Or no. This is an extinguisher. Put the fire out. And a bunch of this the bar of sound. It's got the blind everyone light. Some shifter deal thingy, the gated shifter. It's got a bunch of dingles. It's all dingled out. And it's fun as hell. I mean, it rips. And I already rolled it once, but no damage. Well, wheel bearings, but other than that, no real damage. Oh, and I broke the winch. Tore that off, so no damage. And then I dented the front bumper. Other than that, no damage. The windshield, I had to replace one of the motors, but other than that, no damage at all. And then the roof also, one of these things broke off, so I had to do a billet spacer and my own bolt setup. But other than that, no damage. It's been real. It's been a joy. I really do want to get some footage and put some videos together with the side-by-side, because I've had them before. I had a Razor 1000 XP, just not a turbo one or anything, nothing special, but they're just such a blast. They're expensive off the jump, but dollars to donuts, bellies to biscuits, cinnamon toast crunch. They are tons of fun. You can use all of those analogies. They're not trademarked by me or anything. But the reason for this video is obviously overall update on what's cooking and what we got going on, but also to let everyone know that the RX7 is officially sold. Yes, I sold. Is that loud? Is this thing loud? Hold on. Shut up! Say something. I'm so tough, dude. I'm crazy tough. But yes, the RX7 is sold. I had a gentleman reach out, actually a friend of a friend of a friend, and then another friend was involved. And originally I got a message from a gentleman by the name of Suchin, and he said, hey Logan, you want to sell the RX7? And I was like, sure. And I put a number out there, and then he messaged his buddy who was interested, and he was like, done, I'll take it. And then I was like, well, hold on a second, man. What do you mean you'll take it? Didn't expect that. And then that weekend, I took the car to the track for the first time, since we did the solid rear end. And oh, it went so fast. 8th mile track, it went 5.0 at 140 something mile an hour off the trailer, and I was absolutely blown away. It went 3.50s that night. We ran out of time and I loaded the car up, and I messaged the proposed buyer back and I said, hey man, give me the weekend to think about it. Going 5.0 has kind of got me jazzed up. And he's like, I understand. And then that after that weekend, I messaged him. I said, I can't sell it, man. I can't. I couldn't do it. This is a few months ago. And then the car sat. And then it just sat and sat and sat some more. We had a super hot summer. Insert every other excuse you can here. But there are some legitimate reasons for why I decided to ultimately let go of the car. Having just invested a ton of money in the rear end and then the tin work and all of that, you'd think you're crazy why you're selling the car. At the end of the day, I have never been able to enjoy this car as much as I thought I once would. The problem is, every time I make a pass in the car, every time I race the car, I have this underlying fear of, man, you tag a wall in this thing, you put this thing into the barrier, you can't replace this. You can't. I mean, where are you going to find an RX7 roller for a good price and something that is in good condition off the jump that you can transfer parts over to? It just becomes kind of a nightmare factory. On top of that, seeing the car, the biggest thing was just seeing the car sit. And the gentleman that's buying it, he doesn't let anything sit. He's going to race it as much as he can. He's going to beat the hell out of it. And that's what I want. I want the car to get its face thrashed off. That's what it's begging for. And it's going to be doing it on the West Coast. The car's going to a gentleman named Jake in California. Jake threatened to beat me up and arm wrestle me to death if I didn't sell it to him. Boop! Hey, Logan, it's Jake. Just called to let you know if you don't sell me that car, I'm going to break you into a million pieces, you piece of shit. He also is like the arm wrestling champion of the universe. I don't know the specific title, but everyone's like, this dude will jack your rotator cuff right out of your socket. Boop! Hey, Logan, Jake again. They're not lying, dude. Say goodbye to your shoulders. I'm going to ruin your whole life. And I'm like, cool, yeah, you can have it. So I will obviously miss this car immensely. I'll miss Dick Butt. I'll miss Pickle's Cage. I'll miss it immensely. But on to new adventures. He's going to be getting one hell of a car, and I'm excited for him. Those voicemails were clearly an exaggeration. That's not how he sounds at all. So if he's watching this and he's like, does he really think I sound like that? Because I'm going to rip his arms out of his sockets and ruin his whole life. I was just kidding, Jake. It's just a joke. Please don't. If you need to hurt anybody, Rye is the one. Rye told me to do that. And actually, he had a lot of other crap to say about you, just so you know. So you should hit him up for sure. I'll give you his address. I'll shoot it over. Now is the time for the dramatic reveal, which is everyone pretty much already knows of what I bought to replace it. I drove 26 hours round trip last weekend. I drove to and from Dallas, Texas. Didn't stop, but to pick the car up and then to take a pee-pee break. Mostly I peed in Gatorade bottles. But yeah, it was a very tiring trip, but well worth it. And I'm in a new whip goofing, new plans coming. Same partners from RX7 are still staying on board in a lot of ways. I'm gonna do dramatic. Let me do a dramatic, like cinematic. I'll do the music for it too. Just check it out. All right. Little Malibooty. Sick. It is so sick. That's right. Other than this pole blocking this amazing shot, I am the proud new owner of a 1978 Chevrolet Malibu. Now, a lot of people are probably like, oh, dude, what? That thing's sick. This is a Malibu. Well, I love Malibus. And if you want a little history lesson, when I first started getting into racing, there's a place in Chicagoland called Great Lakes Dragway. And at Great Lakes, they have a race called King of the Street. Hey, yo, Steve pioneered this race. And at that race, Tommy G of IQC. It's the first time I saw a G-body Malibu that I was like, dude, I need one of those. And it was like a satin black, flat black. He did a burnout into the beams. And I was like, this is the one. I need one. And I've wanted one ever since. And this one came up for sale for a really good price for what it has. And I said, you know what? Let's do it. And I drove all the way to Waxahachie, Texas and back in a weekend to pick it up. As far as combination, I'm not a no-time grudge street racer guy, so I don't care to tell you about it. Plus, it's going to be changing a bunch anyway, so who cares? But I'll break it down real quick. Let's take a look. We got a Dart Big M based 555 cubic inch big block Chevy, Profiler 174X cylinder heads, big old billet bullet camshaft, headers, nitrous, carburetor. You can see all that stuff right yonder way. Very obvious. Underneath the car, we got a Hughes Performance Power Glide. I don't know much about it. 180 first gear, and yeah, that's it. Look at it. It's a transmission. It's pretty cool, right? It's bolted in. At backside, we have ladder bars, Chris Alston ladder bars. Same combination I have on the RX7 right now. A lot of people discount ladder bars. Me, I'm all about the ladder bars. Less stuff for me to screw up. Weld alpha rear wheels, 1/2 inch studded 12 bolt rear end. I assume a spool, I don't know. Looks like I need to polish those wheels though, dude. What am I, a savage? What's wrong with me, dude? Now inside the car we have, a good cage, 750 cert, something that'll keep me safe. I pinball this thing off the walls. So the safest cage I've had to date, which is awesome because I need it. As electronics go, it's carbureted, so not much. Obviously shift solenoid there. We got the old school relay panel, coil, ignition box, just the basics. All this stuff is gonna get gutted out, but it's still cool looking. So what is a plan for the car? Plan straightforward. Big single turbo, Haltech Nexus EFI. We're gonna be doing some boost control work with, I believe, Go Fast bits. We're gonna do wastegates and blow-off valve. Been talking to Vibrant Performance on getting some hard parts for the turbo kit. It's just gonna have a bunch of cool people involved, and I'm extremely excited to see how quickly I decide that I do not have the testicular fortitude to drive this car. Because even pulling it in the trailer, I was like, oh, this is, you ever like immediately realize you've made just a horrible miscalculation in terms of your own bravery? You pick a fight at a bar, hey bro, and then the dude stands up and you're like, hey, I was just saying, hey, sup dude, that's all, I was just saying, hey man. That's what it is. I'm about to fight a Super Saiyan. And I'm like Piccolo with one arm, one leg. Actually, I'd probably take Piccolo in that fight. Anyway, I leave you with this closing shot, Malibooty. Still don't have a name for it. I don't want to call it Maliblue or Malibu's Most Wanted or anything like that. It's got to be special. Do need to debadge it though, get that out of there. And 6-inch front bumper, Featherlight composites, I think is going to go on it. And goodbye to the RX7. Leaving sometime next week. On to its new adventures. I will miss it dearly. That's all I got. I'm going to go ride this thing off into the sunset. What you know about a Coleman, boy? No, dude, you gotta wait, man. Get. Oh, Charlie almost took out the septic tank. Don't worry about that escape. It's a gem right there.